If you think Steam is safe, well, think again, because a legit looking game on Steam was secretly running malware in the background, grabbing browser data, crypto wallets, and more. And it's not the first time this has happened. Just days ago, cybersecurity researchers found out that the early access survival game called Chemia had been hijacked and turned into a tool for info stealing malware. If you have been gaming on Steam and trying out lesser known titles, here's why you should check your downloads. A threat group known as EncryptHub managed to inject malicious code into Chemia, which is a game still in early access from a little-known developer called Etherforge Studios. Now, Chemia was listed on Steam like any other game, which makes it easy for unsuspecting gamers to download and install the infected files. The attack began when EncryptHub added the HijackLoader malware to the game's files on Steam. This loader basically establishes itself on the victim's device and then fetches a second payload called Vidar, which is basically a well-known Infostealer. A few hours later, the attackers pushed out a second payload called Fickle. It was delivered through a modified DLL file, which then ran a PowerShell script to download the malware from a suspicious external server. Of course, the game appeared legit, so the malware launch relied on gamers' trust in Steam itself rather than old-school "you won a prize" scam. Just clicking the playtest option on Chemia was enough to get the malware running in the background without impacting gameplay. The bundled malware then could snoop browser data like passwords, autofill information, cookies, grab your credential details or your cryptocurrency wallet data, even set the stage for persistent backdoor access. Instructions for the malware, like where to send your stolen information, were retrieved via a Telegram channel, which makes it harder to track and take down. Now, EncryptHub is not new to the cybercrime. Last year, they led a massive phishing and malware campaign that compromised over 600 organizations worldwide using social engineering, fake login pages, and backdoor access tools. Their toolkit generally includes HijackLoader, Vidar, and Fickle, which are all designed for stealth, speed, and large-scale credential theft. This group is infamous for both exploiting Windows zero-day vulnerabilities and also occasional reporting bugs to Microsoft for bounty payouts, which is kind of like robbing a bank and then trying to collect a reward for pointing out the faulty alarm system. Now, Chemia marks the third early access game this year that's been caught spreading malware on Steam, and in each of those cases, the attack slipped through because of Steam's weak security checks for early access titles, which kind of exposes a major blind spot in how in-development games are reviewed before going live. The attack is easy to fall for, especially from a gamer's perspective, because there are no visible warnings, no antivirus flags, and no impact on performance or gameplay. That means many players could be infected without ever realizing it. At the time this video was made, Chemia has been pulled from Steam, but not before it was live and infected users for hours. Neither the developer nor Valve has issued a public statement yet, and it's still unclear how many users were affected or if any other titles were impacted. If you downloaded or played Chemia recently, it's strongly recommended you run a malware scan immediately and watch for unusual behaviors like unexpected login prompts, browser redirects, or missing crypto assets. In general, always try to be cautious with lesser known titles on Steam, especially ones that appear and disappear quickly. Even a legit looking Steam game can be booby-trapped, with hackers using trust in major platforms like Steam as their new social engineering weapon. And with malware hiding in the background, you might never even know you've been hit until it's too late. Thanks for watching and stay safe out there, and let me know in the comments if you've ever run into malware while trying out new games on Steam or any other similar platforms.